Boyd, the Vice President of Growth at Urban Airship. We're a mobile software company. We work on developing software libraries across Android, iOS, BlackBerry, Windows Phone, and other platforms coming out. Once you get the idea up and running, that's great. Once you've got an informed client, informed decision, that's wonderful. But the thing that always falls apart is what happens after it launches. And that's typically an agency customer problem that happens all the time. Great, it happened, we did it, pop the champagne, it's live, it's launched. But oftentimes people are saying, well, what happens now? You can actually make sure that things need to be done on a daily basis, because this is the internet, this is interactive, this is alive 24/7, whether your team on the West Coast or East Coast or Asia are sleeping or awake or at a conference or at a convention or whatever they might be doing. You know, and most of these teams internally have 15 to 16, 20 plus initiatives going on at any one time. So it's just a sliver in the general kind of scheme of what brands are looking at agencies to help execute. You never go into making a big decision that could be tens or hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars without data to inform it. So a lot of it is doing your due diligence up front. You should do that in any decision you make in life, especially when it has a budget associated with it. You know, how much time do we actually have in a day? If I've got one person working internally in my company, I have, best case scenario, 8 hours. Best case true scenario, outside of the impact of Twitter and Facebook and everything else that happens, the phone calls, I've got them for about 3 hours a day to focus on that campaign. If I can augment that with outside resources, which I always think are valuable, that can double or triple the impact of my time, or allow my person internally to be more focused on delivering the results I want and not actually having to be on the ground executing. From a lot of things we've seen, being able to offer a service that, I don't say takes the thought out of it, but actually takes a lot of the risk out of it. The internal factors risk, I'm going to come against IT, which is still the number one argument you're going to have, or I have to go up and see if the CMO approves this. If they've approved a plan, they've approved a campaign, they should be able to be okay with the tactics. We've seen customers that have tried to do it internally not know what the output looks like, or they get to an output, but they don't know what the decision is from that data. So having someone to be able to interpret that through multiple tools that they're very familiar with and say, here are the 3 things we need to do next, and here's how we're going to do them, is very valuable.